Mic check.
Testies.
Test.
Test. Test.
Good.
Barely hear me. That's not good. Hey, turn something up over here.
Do we have another one of these? We don't have another one of those connected.
Only you have my volume. What do we need? Sounds good?
I'm missing a connection.
Check.
I got one.
Yeah? Good.
Is mine good, Berlander?
You're always good, Doug. Okay, because our show doesn't air until Sunday, but we're normally live on the internet 4 minutes ago, but not your fault, that's us. So, we introduce you as a guest. And
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your hosts, Frank Coto from Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelky from TampaBay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
hey, Tampa Bay,
welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We hope you're having a great weekend, and today is Super Bowl Sunday, so get ready for that. We'll be chatting in just a minute. In studio, we have me, of course, Frank Coto, owner of 813 Mortgage and Lincoln Lending Group, and my incredible co-hosts, Ryan Pelky, owner of TampaBay Plumbers. How we doing, Ryan?
Awesome. Very excited about last night. Well, I guess, it depends. If you're streaming us live right now at 12:30 on Friday, then last night was pretty amazing.
Yes, sir. It was very amazing. And how about you, Doug Ford, president of Suncoast Roofing Solutions? How you been, man?
Oh, everything's great. We missed you last week.
I know. I heard the show was amazing without me, though. Amazing as always.
I don't know about amazing, but
our guest never showed up.
Yeah.
So we had 2 segments worth of material. As a former Buck player,
we just winged it.
No call, no show, and we had like a full on interview for this guy prepared.
Man,
and he just didn't show.
He must be from the creamsicle team.
To that guy yet?
Nope, still don't know.
Bizarre.
Yeah, well, he was cut from the show just like the team, right?
I'll tell you what. He owns a design build firm, and I can promise you I won't be designing and building nothing with that guy.
Oh man, we're not saying the name though. Here, Jose.
No,
Yeah,
keep it real.
Yeah. Still, here's a buck. We like the buck. So we have a guest in studio today. We have the beautiful Stacy Flanagan from Angel Oak Financial, Angel Oak Mortgage Solutions. I've known Stacy personally. My gosh, it's probably been 15 years, right?
Yeah, I think
Man.
so.
So I've been in the mortgage industry 18 years, and Stacy was my very first subprime account executive in the mortgage industry. So she's going to be chiming in, giving us her opinion on our crazy talk.
So she was part of the problem in 2007, 2008.
Whoa.
I was.
I was. She says I was. She did
I've
not
learned
do
a
that.
lot since then. It's all good now.
But now, Doug, now she's part of the solution.
Nice.
Right.
Okay, so
We'll definitely have to chime in on the solution soon.
yeah. So these guys, get ready, Stacy. These guys, I'm an easy going with. They're tough.
You didn't prepare me for that.
Not at all.
I told her it was going to be really easy.
I was meeting a roofer, too.
Yeah, roofer and a plumber. Here's the roofer. Here's the
I know
plumber.
the plumber. I know
Yeah,
the plumber.
can't you tell? I mean, go on. But no, so we're going to talk about subprime mortgages later in the show. Stacy's going to take us through the history of subprime. I mean, I've been right there with her the whole time, so we're going to talk about what happened in the past during the crash, what maybe caused it, what happened in those dark years in between. And now the bright side of subprime mortgages, it's back, guys. And you listen to my commercials on 970, you hear me talk about these crazy programs. Doug's shaking his head. His head.
Scary.
It may be scary, but Stacey, I think we have things in place now that are making this good. We're not going to crash on subprime again. I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
All
no.
right, so we're going to save it for later, but let's get right into it. Super Bowl Sunday, guys. I'm a Buccaneer fan, obviously. It's been a while since we've made it that way, but yeah.
You see that Gruden just got signed, by the way?
Raiders, right?
Yeah, $100 million deal.
Man.
I guess the Bucks aren't going to get him.
Yeah,
No,
it's too bad.
no.
The Bucks are still paying.
Yeah,
it,
they still
right?
pay us. Yeah.
God, it's
Maybe,
crazy.
maybe that was the problem.
Must be nice to be old John.
It is. I ran into him at the Gridiron Gala, and I think it was like right before he signed, and I was like, John, what's gonna happen, man? And he's like, I don't know. He knew exactly what was happening. Yeah, he was wearing a Raider shirt under his jacket. But hey, good for that guy. I love John either way.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Good,
Cool.
good guy. But Super Bowl Sunday, the Eagles versus the Patriots. Eagles are a strong team this year.
Some rowdy fans, too.
Very rowdy fans. You see those fights before the championship
Oh,
game?
yeah.
That was pretty good. But
They're
and
gonna
then,
get smoked by the Patriots.
well, look, you got the Brady factor. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't stop that guy.
I think if you look at numbers, I think the Eagles might look better, but they don't have the Brady factor.
They don't have Tom Brady.
They don't have Belichick either.
Exactly.
Pulling some shenanigans, I'm sure.
I was really hopeful it was going to be Minnesota and Jacksonville. I was really hoping, but
yeah.
I'm a Michigan man, so I love Tom Brady. I don't really love the Patriots, but I
love Tom.
Yeah, I got to support Tom.
Yeah. What is it going to be? His 7th or 6th if he pulls this off? It's one of the two.
I think his sixth
sixth.
Super Bowl victory.
Not bad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's already got 5. I mean, that's unprecedented.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens, guys. A little bit later today, if you're listening this morning. Obviously, we want to say hi to all of our listeners and get ready for that game. So, like Ryan said earlier, if you were if you're watching us right now live and you're on Wednesday, you happen to be watching us on Friday. The big news right now is the State of the Union.
You see that the train that carrying GOP members, somebody died.
Oh,
One of the GOP members did?
I don't know if somebody died. I don't know which one.
Okay, yeah, I was listening to it on the way over here to the studio, and
crazy.
there was a little too early to tell.
So let's segue to that. So there's a train that was carrying a bunch of GOP members to a retreat, and was it a dump truck hits it? Isn't that what happens in all those movies where people get, assassinated?
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy, dump trucks come out of nowhere. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
apparently the dump truck was stuck on the track somehow.
Oh, yeah, filled with explosives.
How can Amtrak's not have the technology to know that there's a dump truck on the track ahead?
Because Amtrak is funded by the same people that fund the Postal Service, Ryan.
For real. Like, that's a very sad situation. So is that, it's not privatized?
I think it's subsidized by the government. Let me ask you, have you ever ridden on a train, an Amtrak?
No.
Doug?
Yes.
Gary's raising his hand. It's another one of those questions that only Gary raises his hand.
Hey,
Gary's like, how do you think I got to work?
Probably like
They don't have any sweets on the thing, you know?
so probably like 15 years ago, I took the train down to Florida, but I did I put my car on it.
Ah.
So I did the auto train.
So what Doug did is he rode in his Mercedes on the train the whole time.
they won't allow you to do that.
No, Doug's like, you got to be kidding me.
I didn't want to drive 1,000 miles.
Good thinking, though. No, I think I rode on one when I was like a kid. Stacey, have you ever ridden on a train?
No.
Yeah, see, that's I think that answers your question right there. Like,
bro,
they're subsidized.
It's actually not bad.
Our cars nowadays tell us when we get out of our lane. You know what I mean? How can a train not know that a dump truck is on the track ahead? I
don't know.
Geez,
Conspiracy.
We might need to tighten up on our safety protocol it's not working out.
Maybe a little bit. So, State of the Union, guys. In my opinion, a little biased, but best speech. Yeah, a little, just a little. Best speech I've ever seen a man make.
I wore the hat today just because of it. I thought it was a phenomenal speech he gave.
So here's the stats: 93% of Republicans found the speech favorable. Okay, 79% of independents, and this is even surprising. 43% of Democrats found it a positive speech, and the overall they said was 75% positive.
Which is why the Democrats are scrambling, trying to find something to complain about. Because if 75% of the people, liked it, that means that 75% of the people are going to disagree with any negative feedback from it.
Right.
So
that's true.
That's tough.
And if you watch the speech, you saw them sitting for a lot of important issues, and I thought it was really sad. I mean, when he brought up, the better numbers for unemployment for African Americans and Hispanics and things like that, only a few Democrats even stood up.
Yeah, I mean, the Democrats got a bad review just from people watching them. Because, I mean, they were such babies about the entire thing.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. Are they disagreeing with what he's saying, or are they just not standing because they hate the man?
Yeah, I don't think they like the guy.
Yeah, clearly. But, yeah, I don't know.
Problem with our country, we're so divided, I mean, we shouldn't have, that's why I can't stand Democrats and Republicans. It's just, we're one nation. Why do we have to be so divided?
Yeah, and I thought the speech was very inclusive. Stacey, did you watch it at all?
No, I was actually working.
No, see, that's a good answer. She was probably running scenarios for me.
So I was getting snippets while I was
She was working like a true Republican. See, I don't even know if she's Republican. I just threw that out there. I just brought you into the mix here.
Like it.
So do you do other things than mortgages? Or I mean, what are you doing at 9 o'clock at night?
What?
Prequels.
Prequels.
Are you serious?
Frank's prequels.
Yeah, Frank's prequels. Yeah.
California.
Frank, you need to stop working her like that,
Man, we're busy. It's a busy industry, though. Slave driver, yeah.
Slave driver.
But I mean, a lot of account execs, like all day long, you're taking calls from brokers and people who are working, and then at night, what brokers do is they send Stacey like an account executive scenarios, and they say, this is what I have, this is what I need you to figure out, and we'll get into this later, but her job is more complicated than a typical conventional account executive or an FHA account executive, because she's working with tough deals that have a lot of moving parts,
a lot of problems. Yeah.
Right.
No one else can close.
Right, and that too. So when we start into that, we're going to have Stacey define subprime lending later in the show. Define, what is it? What is the difference in conventional? I can tell you these answers too. I'll help you through that.
Good.
So I want to just bring up. This is funny for everybody listening who's been around a while, and then you paid attention to the news. Maybe I don't know how long ago this was, 20-something years ago. Elian Gonzalez. Do you guys remember that? Mm-hmm. So just ironic where the Democrats are on immigration. Yet Bill Clinton and Janet Reno sent guys in with MP5s to take a 5-year-old out of the arms of his uncle because he was here illegally.
Yeah.
Is that ironic? Has anybody else seen a shift here? Is it a little strange?
It does. It's not that. It's fairly common for the Democrats to do this. They voted for wall funding in the past. Right. In 2013, they voted for to end. There were several Democrats that voted to end chain migration.
Right.
And the visa lottery program. I mean, that's a loser. That's a loser. And they voted against it in 2013.
So my issue that every president in the past, and I think we talked about last show, every president in the past 20, 30 years has been kicking this can down the road and hasn't done anything. So we have all these families who live here, and now you're just going to kick them out. I mean, our economy, as I've talked about before, is going to tank if that happens.
Yeah. Well, we need a solution. I think we all agree we need a solution.
I agree.
And I thought what Trump did a while back, saying, "Hey, you got 6 months to come together." That's enough time to come up with a solution. You don't tie it to our budget.
They've had 20 years to come together.
I'll tell you what, Obama set this up for Trump. Really, he teed it up for Trump, and Trump's going to knock it out of the park. Because if Obama didn't give all those dreamers that legal citizen, it's not citizenship, but they're basically here legally. They have some sort of permit, right?
Green card.
So they have this permit. And if he hadn't done that, then Trump wouldn't have this negotiating chip right now. Right. Because that's what's going to get this deal done.
You're right. You know, my favorite line, speaking of dreamers, from the speech last night when he started talking about was, Americans are dreamers too.
Yep. I love that.
We're not discrediting the quote-unquote dreamers, but guys, Americans are dreamers too. You know, when are we going to talk about Americans? When are we going to care about that? But anyway, we're going to take a break here. And when we get back, we might just start going right into subprime here with Stacey Flanagan of Angel Oak. And by the way, if you're a lender and you want to talk to her, a mortgage broker, and you want to talk about this, you can call her at any time at 727-420-6811. And by the way, you guys are listening to the #1 show in our time slot on Sunday mornings. Okay, we are #1, so you don't have to turn the dial and look for another one, guys. You are listening to #1, the Business Happy Hour with Frank, Ryan, and Doug. We'll be back in just a minute with Stacey Flanagan of Angel Oak.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing.
in addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
You have been listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the #1 show in our time slot, the Business Happy Hour. That's right, you didn't have to change the dial to find #1. You're listening to them right now. And we're going to get into subprime lending, which now, by the way, is not even called subprime lending. It's called non-QM or non-prime, right, Stacy?
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
So,
What's QM?
So qualified mortgage, right? You wanted to explain that real quick?
Yeah, so what the subprime lending was back in the heyday, it's not like it is today. Subprime lending back then, we were doing, crazy things. We were doing
shady things.
Well, I don't know.
Call shady. I call crazy.
Crazy, shady.
Tomato.
Yeah. See, I don't call it shady. See, here's the thing, Doug. How do you call it shady when
it was allowed?
Right. When you had these companies coming in saying, "Hey, Stacey, go sell this product."
So unethical.
Okay, so
there you go.
Well, that might be better.
So
How about just stupid?
I like that word.
You have a teacher that buys 10 houses on a $38,000 income, and then these banks turn around and sell them off right away to Wells Fargo or whoever. I mean,
Fannie Mae.
The chance of them performing is little. So Stacey, first tell us, how long have you been in the industry? And we're going to talk about how you began, how we got to meet each other, and then we're going to go into the specifics like Ryan's saying.
Okay, so I became an AE in 1998.
AE is an account executive.
Account executive.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
20
Worked
years.
for a subprime lender in 1998.
20 years, long time.
I'm only 28 years old.
Wow. My gosh. Doing this since she was 8.
8 years old.
She was that good.
That is so impressive.
She's a genius.
She's like, why did you make me tell when I started? Sorry.
So what did you do when the whole, everything tanked?
Yeah, okay. So we started with, I met Stacy, and she was my account executive for the subprime world.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about why it tanked. But I want to know that. Let's segue to Doug's question, because that's a good question. You've always been the subprime queen of Tampa. I mean, your name is so well known when it comes to this type of loan, and you've been in the business this long. What did you do during that time when subprime went away after the crash?
I actually opened up a processing company. Did that for a little bit.
Cool.
Found out that wasn't my thing. So I got out of the mortgage business and became a sales manager for one of the resorts on the beach, and did that for 2 years. Then I had a baby, and then I stayed home for 2 years, and then my boss called and said, "Hey,
it's back.
Non-QM's coming back." I said, "I'm in."
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's right. So Stacy, representing her old company she was with, would come into the office, and funny, Doug said, we were talking in the break, ethical, non-ethical. What do you call it? I say it's hard to call it non-ethical when she was given a product to sell, a legitimate product, and she came to our office and sold it, and we as brokers brought it to the public. Okay, she's the wholesale lender. We're the broker. We bring it to the public. We offer it, to people to buy and to get these types of mortgages. Now, unfortunately, these types of mortgages were allowing people to do things like 2-year and 3-year fixes where the rates would go up right after that. They weren't asking for what? Income, assets. I mean, give me an idea, Stacy.
No income, no asset. Stated income, stated asset.
Yeah, and low credit scores.
100% financing. Yeah.
580 credit score, you're getting 100% financing.
Oh, it was crazy.
So there's no skin in the game.
It got out of control.
But I think that, you are an employee of a company that's doing this. So, I mean, it's not unethical for you because you're just selling a product.
Right.
It's the big banks and everyone behind that was the biggest issue.
Yeah. You watch The Big Short,
and plus,
right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
but
that's the game right there.
Right.
They brought a product that nobody else had, and the product could sell for so much money, but the product could not survive, and mainly because the people didn't have the skin in the game. So now we talked about what it is. We go through the dark years. The dark years, we don't have these products. Now, a lot of companies went out of business. A lot of companies disappeared, and luckily I'm one of the only mortgage companies that's been around this long who survived the downturn because I was able to manipulate my company and not have to sell these products and stay into the conventional market and the FHA market. But now it's back.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what's different about that? Why do we not have to be scared that these products aren't going to destroy our economy?
There's so much regulation now. I mean, you have to show the ability to repay on every single loan you do. And some of the ways that you show that is they have to have reserves on every file.
So explain, if I'm uneducated with subprime, is subprime I can't get conventional loans because I have bad credit? Is it because I don't have money? What are the reasons why you'd even go to subprime?
It could be either one.
Yeah.
You have bad credit. You had a recent foreclosure, short sale. I mean, we'll do financing for somebody that's one day out of foreclosure, short sale, bankruptcy. We have bank statement programs for self-employed borrowers that can't show their income.
Now what's
via
a rate for somebody that has a one day out of foreclosure?
Depends on their credit score, but the rate for one day out can range from 7% to 9%.
That's not bad.
No.
I mean,
Somebody-
really not bad
Surprisingly,
at all.
Doug, a lot of people who had bankruptcy and foreclosures paid their other bills.
But I thought that if you have a foreclosure, you can't even buy anything for 7 years.
That's what a lot of people think, and that's why I'm on your show.
That's right. That's why she's here, Doug. You figured it out.
Borrowers, brokers, realtors,
I just think that's not
this
fair.
exists.
I'm sorry. I've never, always pay my bills. My mortgages were upside down. I never gave it back to the bank, and it's hard for me to get a loan. And you give people loans that
I can get you a loan.
There you go.
I can get loans now, but I mean, back in the day, I mean, I couldn't get, just crazy how they allow, I thought there'd be rules and regulations for that.
There are.
It gives people no incentive to keep your home. Well, screw it. I'm just going to turn it back in because I can get the next day I can go buy another house.
Here's the difference. with your credit and your good stable income and whatnot, you can get a 1%, a 3%, a 5% down conventional mortgage with rates in the 3s or 4s. Okay, and you're not paying points and lender fees and things like that. Where the guy who was not a good boy, he's gonna have to put down a bunch of money.
I get that, but my point is people that just gave if you own a property and you're gonna give it back because you have no incentive to keep it.
Right.
See,
before people are like, oh, I can't get a mortgage. People are
Right.
like, oh, I can't get a mortgage because in 7 years I'll have to wait 7 years to buy a property, so I don't want to give this one up. Right now it's like, well, give it up because you just get another one next
and
day.
that's what happened back then.
Right.
They did 100% financing. They had no skin in the game.
So
They-
one day
they
out of
walked
foreclosure,
away.
you have to put down 20%? You have to put down 30%?
One day is 20%.
Okay.
There you go. So I mean, come on, if you're putting down 20%, you're buying a $200,000 house.
Yeah, because you didn't pay the mortgage come for 3-4 years. You should have 20%. I hope so.
Let me tell you, you would think. And you know what I say to people when they call me and they're like, yeah, I haven't paid the mortgage in 4 years. Blah, blah. I'm like, oh man,
you know what's wrong with our country?
Well, I just first thing I say is, man, you must have like $100,000 saved up. He's like, well, no, I've been traveling, I've been this, I've been that. I'm like, so what do you want me to do for you? Because look, Stacy and I can't help everybody.
Right.
It's only the guys who actually saved the money and are willing to have the skin in the game. But the key word we got to keep repeating: skin in the game. As long as you've got it now. I mean, we can do credit scores. What is about as low as 500 with you?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right now, Doug,
Now that person's putting a little more.
Look,
down.
they're probably going 40% down though, Doug.
Yeah.
500.
Look, I'll tell you this: if you look, I'm a private money lender as well. We got to take a break. I'm a private money lender, and if you've got 40%, you're approved. I don't care about anything because if you don't pay me, I got that house for 40% cheaper. So anyway, we got to take a break, and I'm gonna start selling you my private money lending. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in just a minute.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including curtain-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I am the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
You have been listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. Ryan's just going to come running in late here. He's
Seriously.
Using the little boys' room, I guess.
Hooters must have got to him.
Yeah, right. Hey, Hooters is good. By the way, Hooters on Gandy. We eat there before every show. Thinking about
you missed us last week. We had the broken egg or something.
Oh, yeah. You guys went there?
Yeah, it was really good.
Without me?
Without you.
Oh, that place is amazing.
I had a Bloody Mary. They actually put bacon in my Bloody Mary. It was nice.
That is the pepper bacon in there?
It's delicious.
That's nice. That place is good on the South Elm Mabry, the broken egg. And we got to start talking to these restaurants about selling us, giving us some free food or something,
Absolutely.
Right? Oh, man. So, anyway, we were talking subprime with Stacy. I think everybody has an idea of what subprime is. It's the type of lending you get if you can't get conventional or government lending. There are programs within subprime that are for people who have great credit too, Doug. But so let's talk about. I want to go. Actually, I'll wait for this program until Ryan gets back because it actually it works for him too. But for instance, Stacy, investors. A lot of investors they don't claim a lot of money on their taxes and things like that, and but they do have a nice down payment. Like I was saying before, I'm a private money lender. I was joking. If you have 40% down, which I'm pretty serious about, I'll pretty much do your loan because that's so much equity in the property. And that's so much skin in the game. They're not going to walk away. And if they do, I'm going to make money, same as you as a bank would. So these investors, what do you guys have for investors?
We have a great program. It's called our Investor Cash Flow Program. So there's no income for the borrower needed.
Okay.
So it's basically
no W-2s, no taxes,
income.
no pay stubs. Okay.
Don't even put in any income on their application.
Okay.
It's based off the cash flow of the property.
Huh.
So as long as the property can cash flow, we got a loan with 20% down.
Now, when we say cash flow, I assume you're going to use what the appraiser's opinion of, like, so what they're going to do is they're going to look up what the rents are, the market rent using MLS. They're going to figure out what, let's say this property sells for $150 and it rents for $1,500. You're going to give them credit for that $1,500, even though they don't own it. Is that pretty much how that works?
Yeah, so the appraiser will do a market rent analysis. So if whatever they say that neighborhood pulls in for rent, that's what we're going to use. So we're going to take their new principal and interest, taxes and insurance payment, divide that by the market rent, and as long as that comes out to a 90% or less,
you're good.
It's a good deal.
It covers it. Now, what about they have other investment properties as well? Do we do the same thing? We use the leases to look at it? Or?
Yep. If they're doing a refinance, we'll also go to 80% on a refi, and same thing.
So I had an issue with the property I was doing. I own a property free and clear, and I was trying to take a mortgage out against it.
Sure.
And you said I couldn't do it because it was an investment property. I have a renter in there now that pays me X number of dollars, and you told me I couldn't
Did the property have enough equity in it? How much equity?
I own it free and clear. It's worth like
I didn't even listen to him.
$250,000.
But it's in Zephyr Hills.
No, it's off of Waters.
I wonder why I would have said you couldn't do it.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Well, you're approved now because Stacy's here. Yeah, maybe it was one of those days we had the Bloody Marys. I was like,
it might have been.
Doug, I don't think you're approved. So listen, I got to say this again. If you're a mortgage lender, a mortgage broker, a mortgage company, and you like what Stacy's saying, and you guys want to get into the subprime, and I do encourage you are my competition, but I do encourage you to do it because if you're not in this industry, you're missing out on a lot of business. Good business, by the way, Doug. You need to call Stacy at 727-420-6811.
Hey, I just don't want my economy to tank again, all right?
I'm with you.
I don't either.
Yeah, I know. If it tanks, she's out of a job again. She has to sell real estate on the beach again or whatever, rentals on the beach. No, 727-420-6811. And you guys know how to get a hold of me as well, and I can always get you in touch with Stacy. Now, Ryan's back, so we were saving this one for Ryan. So we're one of the products I think is the best is the product that is I call it a Band-Aid or a fallout for a conventional loan. So a guy comes in to my office. Let's say he's a doctor, an attorney. Let's say he's a plumber or a roof company owner. Okay, does very well. He's got good income, great credit, 780 credit score. This guy's got assets in the bank. He wants to buy himself, let's say, a new primary. Let's say a $600,000 house over on the water or something like that. Okay, he's got a down payment, but he has too much expense. He expanded his medical office. He expanded his plumbing or roofing office last year, and he wrote off too much depreciation on the taxes. So even though he makes $600,000-700,000 a year, he only reports 100 and something, and he needs more than that to qualify for this house. Stacy, what program? The bank statement program. She's like, which one? I don't know. I'll tell you because I sell them. You just bring them to me.
Definitely the bank statement program.
So the bank statement program. I'll let you give the guides on the bank statement instead of me.
Yeah. So we have two different bank statement programs. We can either use their personal bank statements or their business bank statements to qualify.
Okay.
Wow.
We're just looking at their deposits. We're going to average the deposits over 12 or 24 months.
Let me stop you there. Everybody says every time I say, well, wait a minute, I put $40,000 a month in, but like 33 comes out. Does that matter?
Are you talking about my business or my personal?
I can do either one.
You choose. But
you choose.
So
what's the difference?
Well,
there's a difference between the two.
There's a lot more money in my business going through my personal.
Well, some people don't have both. Like some people just have their
Commingle
name
all their funds.
DBA.
Yeah,
or they have a DBA.
They probably shouldn't be a business owner if they do that.
Doug, they're Democrats. It's
Oh
okay.
my God!
We're kidding. I love
God bless
Democrats.
you, Stacy. I swear, if someone came to me and they had all these commingled funds, I'd say beat it.
Yeah. No, but Stacy, am I wrong?
Absolutely.
If you choose to use business statements, don't we only give them 50% of the
we
deposits?
do up to 65. Most of our competitors do only 50%. We
I
do up
learned
to
something.
65.
I'd make a
Okay,
lot
so-
of money if I could take
deposits.
65% of it.
So if you deposit $10 million into your business account every year,
You got $6.5 million you made.
Yeah, that's your income, Ryan. I don't care what's on your taxes. I don't care what's on your W-2s. I don't care what's on your bank.
Now, what's my credit score? I mean, what's my
What's the min score on that?
I mean,
We go down to a 620, but if you want 90%, you're looking at a 700.
and what's my? So if I have like 820 credit score, what would my rate be?
You would be at 10% down.
Oh, okay, 10% down.
Doug's like,
10%.
Yeah, 10% down.
Talk slower for him.
That's easy.
Rate would be anywhere from, you'd probably be in the 5s.
That's not bad.
See, Doug, that's amazing.
That's not bad at all.
That's a loan you can keep right there.
And the lower the LTV, so the more you put down, the lower your rate will be, and we can even get you into the 4s.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you have to put down to get into the 4s? 30%?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 20, 25, 40%.
Not bad.
Yeah, so that's a legit program. So subprime.
Where was she like 2 years ago when I was talking about this?
I was drunk, remember?
It was one of those days.
And you're the one who started it, probably. You guys are terrible influences.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. Very
I don't know if you want to go to that show.
Bad influences on Frank's actually a good boy.
Yeah, he's actually really good.
Yeah, we always end up twisting him.
We're like, hey, shots.
Yeah. Well, I get there and they already had one, and I'm like the guy who didn't. And I'm like, okay.
So we order him one.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, your shot's getting cold. Yeah.
It's just sitting there waiting for him.
We ordered you 2, but you were late, so.
Yeah. Like, every once in a while, we'll see him doing this number.
Yeah, over the shoulder. I'm like, I am trying to host the show. But anyway, oh, man. So, no, that's a very good program. And it's not, my point was subprime's not just for people who don't pay their bills. These are guys who pay their bills, and they just need a different option. And that's a loan you can keep forever. Now, a lot of times I'll tell these investors or company owners, just use it as a Band-Aid. Let's say they have to take a rate in the 5s or the 6s. I'll guide them and say, guys, look, we'll use your bank statements now, but if you'd like to actually pay the IRS what you owe them and file your taxes, then we could refi you in a couple of years.
Which usually the bank statement borrower is always a bank statement borrower.
Yeah,
they don't
good point.
just decide to.
So
well, they're probably reinvested in the company too. Yeah, they don't decide just to pay their taxes.
Who regulate? Like, so obviously, you have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that's regulated by the government. Who regulates your industry then?
Dodd-Frank.
Okay.
Has a lot in do with our industry.
Which I just looked that up.
Which we're trying to roll back
Stacey.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, according to the couple news articles that I've seen here, in December, senators they're trying to tee up some new legislation to roll back Dodd-Frank.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazingly bad.
Bad.
Yes.
No, for Stacey and I, amazing.
Yeah, but you want you just put my economy back in the tank.
I don't care.
You guys, you guys have some short-term memory losses.
Yeah, I mean, it was only 10.
Rewind about 10
years.
Look,
yeah.
All Stacey and I have to do is make it 10 more years, and we're on an island in Tahiti. Okay, give me 10 years without Dodd-Frank. I won't even talk to you people again.
Hopefully, you're not holding U.S. dollars at that point.
No,
because
Bitcoin.
You won't be able to buy a damn thing.
It'll be Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, speaking of Bitcoin, it's under 10 right now.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's been staying under 10.
Dude, guys, you know what you do then?
Buy.
Doug, shake your head.
Ethereum's not doing too bad.
Ethereum is the one. Sorry, Stacey. Yeah. We're big digital currency guys over here. I mean, I'm a big believer. Ryan's a believer. Doug's a.
I believe in it. I just can't. I can't fathom buying something right now that I made so much money on, and then now they're talking about transaction fees being ridiculous.
So,
they are.
I gotta tell Doug's story. Hold on. We started into Bitcoin one week, and we're talking about Bitcoin, and everybody's got to buy it. Ryan and I are buying it. The next production meeting, Doug comes in and he goes, "Oh man, I found 5 Bitcoin." We're like,
$100.
What do you mean
he
you
bought
found
5 Bitcoin like
7 years ago
for $100 each? And they're at the
$100 total.
Yeah, and that day it was like at 16,000 a coin.
And then like the next week I sold them for like 17,000, 18,000.
And you became a believer.
No, he's still a skeptic.
I'm very
smart skeptic.
Very
Doug
much
is
a skeptic.
I like Doug's conservative. He doesn't like to lose money when it comes to investing.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, and I get that big time.
Yeah, but he's the only man on the planet that found 5 Bitcoins in the bottom of his purse. You know? It's like, Merce. Sorry. Stacey got me on that.
I've lost 50% of my Litecoin so far. That's down 50% since I bought it.
That's down. How about Sparkle Coin? Anybody looked at that
It's
recently?
up.
It's up?
Yeah.
Woohoo! That was an ICO, initial coin offering.
Ooh, Kodak is they're getting ready to do their ICO in 2 weeks. Ooh. And they actually expected it to roll out sooner. And as a result, when they just announced that it's going to take a little while, the stock it's down 15.85% today, down to 770. Maybe a buying opportunity for you. Anyway. I was thinking about buying a few more.
Buy Bitcoin.
Facebook just said no more electronic coin advertising on Facebook.
What?
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Well, I got to take down all my posts, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that? Well, I'm sure I can share stuff as
Facebook
a person.
so bad.
Man.
I hate Facebook. And as we stream live on it.
As we stream live, and as I buy more of their stock, and,
I won't.
Yeah,
ever
you
buy
got the
Facebook.
IPO, man, right?
I got IPO and stuff.
Oh
Facebook,
God, you stud.
Yeah. Well,
now it's worth like the $600 billion market cap.
Yeah,
right
just a little more.
You've done pretty well on that.
Probably gonna hold that one. Sorry, Doug.
I don't like Facebook.
I found like 6 shares of Facebook in my MERS.
You guys got Twitter. You got Twitter.
I got Twitter as well.
I did IPO on Google.
Oh God!
I think you might be
You're
outperforming me right now.
Yeah, that's well done, son.
That was good, man. Did you buy that with the 4th Bitcoin you found?
Bitcoin was nowhere near in existence back then.
Yeah, Google's IPO was what, 2003?
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. Hey, we got to take another break. Going into our last segment, we're going to talk more subprime with Stacy. Who knows, some Bitcoin as well. Don't forget to call her at 727-420-6811. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour, #1 show. We'll be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The 2 symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I am the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8-star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
You have been listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's the last segment of the number one show. So in about 8 minutes, you can turn the dial and go find somebody who's not number one, if you'd like. So anyway, we got Stacy Flanagan. Sorry, I'm toot my own horn over here.
I'm really glad that I didn't mention it last week now, because we did talk about it, and I was like, nah, I just don't feel right about it. I think Frank should be the one to announce it. I'm really glad.
I
You've been
appreciate
announcing the hell out of it.
Yeah, you know what? The number one show you're talking about? Is that what I meant? We've been talking?
We were number one.
We've been number one for a while now.
How long have we been number one?
Well, for sure, we've been number one since the December stats came out, and I really haven't pushed them to tell me the other ones because I just stopped at that.
Nice.
It's like number one,
Nice.
done. You know, I'm not even going to ask him for another year. I'm just going to keep pushing this. Who knows? Somebody else find those Nielsen ratings. All right. Anyway, so Stacy Flanagan with Angel Oak again. I'll mention to my competitors if you want to compete.
Sounds like either a whiskey or a wine.
All right, Flanagan.
No, the Angel Oak.
Angel, Flanagan. That sounds like one too.
Obviously Irish.
But
Angel Oak and Flanagan.
I like an Angel Oak, a 12-year Angel.
I like an Angel Oak Flanagan, please.
Yes, Flanagan. Yes, that's good.
1998.
That's something.
We could bottle. How about
bottle
Christmas
that.
presents? We'll do the Angel Oak Scotch. You know,
Nice.
Flanagan special.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I think it's Angel Envy.
Is that really the name of one?
Angel Envy is bourbon.
Yeah. See, I'm not a bourbon guy. You are. I don't know my bourbon that well.
Well, you know what? She started in 98, so it needs to be a 20-year.
That's right, a 20-year. Good
yeah.
call. We're gonna do a 20-year blend.
Perfectly aged.
Yes. Perfectly aged. That's nice, man. Doug.
Getting brownie points.
I
now.
know. We have to record.
Not
this.
on purpose. It's just like
They just come out.
it just came out.
Yeah.
It's
And no
natural way.
shots before either. No shots.
No?
So if you guys, my competitors, want to compete with me, I guess I'll give you her number again. It's 727-420-6811. And what you guys have to do is sign up with Angel Oak as a wholesale. If you're a mortgage wholesale mortgage broker business, independent, whatever you are, you would contact Stacy. You'd sign up with Angel Oak. That would be the company, and hopefully Stacy can be your account executive. She's definitely the best there. I must say that. Had a little run-in, but yeah, she's awesome. I mean, I could not have Stacy be our account executive. I mean, 15 years working together, and she definitely is the best for the service and the product knowledge. So I think, Stacy, we've gone over everything, but there's one product left that I want to talk about. Okay, foreign nationals. Yes. You cannot. Okay, if you're a foreign national, and that's defined as what, a person living abroad.
Correct.
Right? Not living in the United States.
Correct. No
green card, no citizenship, visa. I guess you could probably.
They need
to have a visa. Right, because you have to be able to travel here, obviously.
Right.
You can get what, an investment or second home, or what can you do?
We do them all as investment properties, only because we don't know if they have a second home in another country.
Right, because we don't disclose properties in other countries in mortgage lending, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, so we don't know if they have another second home.
Right.
So we just call all foreign national loans as investment properties.
So a foreign national can actually buy the house here. Give us an idea what a foreign national can do. What kind of terms can they get?
They can get 25% down. So we'll do 25% down. They have to have a visa unless they're from a country that participates in the visa waiver program, like Canada and the UK.
Okay. Not Mexico? I don't know. Do they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
They have to have a visa.
I don't know.
They have to have a visa.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very limited documentation that we need from them.
Pretty much just like name of employer. You're not really
letter
verifying.
from the CPA.
You would think foreign national would be like the riskiest of all, because I mean all they got to do is
It is a riskier
just
loan. Like we have a very, very, very low default since the 4 years that we've been in existence, and I think the 1% that we have is a foreign national.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a riskier loan, only because they are abroad. So sometimes the getting their payment to the U.S. is sometimes a little bit more difficult.
But let me make a point to that though, Doug. All the foreign national people I've dealt with, and even foreigners who've moved here, there's a common denominator. They all have money.
They do.
You know,
and they usually pay the loans off within 5 years.
Yeah, you're not buying real estate in another country unless you've got money. I mean,
true.
Why you'll invest in your own backyard before you'll invest thousands of miles away.
Well, I mean, like obviously, look at the euro comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes for a good while there, you're crazy if you're over there not investing here.
Correct.
I mean, you could make 30% as soon as you buy the property.
Yep.
Too bad we can't do that over there right now. But Anyway, it's a great product for foreign nationals. We've closed them together. We've closed all these products together, and it's a very easy loan. Like you said, letter from a CPA, sometimes like a bank reference letter just saying you're in good standing. We don't really run a credit report. You don't verify income. Now, they do have to move their money from their country of origin into the U.S., 30 days?
30 days prior
right.
to close.
So now, does it have to be a U.S. bank account?
It can be a U.S. bank account or escrow at the title company if they
Okay.
can't open a bank without physically being here.
Okay. So I didn't even realize that. So they can, if they can move it from, let's say, Banco Popular is here, but let's say some other foreign bank, they can just wire it to the title company 30 days before closing.
Correct.
The key is we just want it here and know it's ready.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we only got a couple minutes left. So you have an asset-based program too, right? If people just want to use assets to qualify?
We do. We have so many good programs. Again, if your borrower cannot get approved conventional or FHA, pick up the phone and call me.
Yeah. Well, actually, call me, and then I'll call Stacy.
Call Frank. But yeah, what we used to call subprime, the lenders went away, but the borrowers never did.
Yeah.
So now
That's a T-shirt.
That's a T-shirt.
That's a T-shirt. Lenders went away, borrowers didn't.
Right.
We're back.
So they need loans too. So we are here to offer them, whether it's a Band-Aid loan or they're going to keep it with us for the bank statement program for a long time.
So I think we made we made Doug a believer when we told him he could get a rate in the 4s or 5s on a bank statement loan.
It's pretty good.
Right? I mean, that's a legit loan.
Yeah.
That is a good loan. So, guys, 813mortgage.com. That's where you go. I'll tell you this, seriously, though, all my clients, you need to apply, and we try to get you into a conventional loan. Nothing against Stacy, but that's the best thing for the client. We want to get you conventional, get you government. If we can't, you have the opportunity through Lincoln Lending and 813 Mortgage to get.
But I mean, once you have, you're in her loan for a year or two, and you're showing that you're paying on it, it's pretty easy to go switch conventional, wouldn't it be?
If you, like we were joking before, if you want to claim your income, and like, for instance, your bank statement guy, and you want to start claiming your income, absolutely. Super easy. There's no prepay penalties on primaries, even with you guys, right?
Not on primary or second homes.
Right.
And we report to the credit agency, so we can help build up their credit if it is somebody that had a recent housing event.
Right. That's so good call there. Stated income, products, all that. So Stacy's number one more time, guys.
Not stated income.
Not stated. Sorry. Not stated. No income. That's right. We don't want to get in trouble. No stated income.
How much time you got left?
We've got 46 seconds. What do you got?
I got Scumbag of the Week, Gregory Salcidio of El Rancho High School. This is the guy that was told his classroom that our military is the lowest of the low, and it just went on a serious
California
rant.
Teacher?
He got caught on video. Or one of the students was seriously alarmed.
Yeah.
And pulls out his phone, starts recording it, catches him saying all this stuff.
Good. Hopefully he gets let go.
Yeah, he better be let go. He's a former mayor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
Terrible. Well, on a better note, call Stacy, 727-420-6811. You guys are listening to the Business Happy Hour, #1 show on the Sunday morning radio with Doug, Frank, Ryan, and Stacy from Angel Oak. We'll see you guys next week.